Hey, we're showing a crossover W press. So I'm going to grab these bands, step back, and I'm going to come into what I call the W position, press to the ceiling. W position, press to the ceiling. So let's break this down. We're crossing the bands over so we get a good angle of pull. I want to try to, as I come here, get my forearms totally vertical. And so if I end up here, then the front of the shoulder tends to want to jump forward, which can cause some anterior shoulder pain. So what we're practicing here is getting into this externally rotated position where sometimes shoulders can feel vulnerable, but with a whole lot of control, drawing everything back, getting the shoulders packed back, a lot of muscle work across the back of the shoulder and the upper back. But we want to get the forearms vertical without losing our core position. So sometimes folks will be here, and I say, hey, fight to get your forearms vertical, and they do this. They just lean back. And so that gets the forearms vertical, but at the expense of the low back. So we want to brace the core and come back through here. We also don't want to work too much through the wrist. We can overuse the elbow extensors. Common cause of the elbow pain here is actually weakness at the shoulder leads to just flare in the wrist every time you're trying to find shoulder stability. So we want to keep the wrists in neutral as we draw back. If you're just doing this for the first time, I encourage you without even a band to try to find this position. Really big squeeze. Even without a band, I can be really active here and feel a whole lot of work. Then we'll add a band resistance once you got that down. Also, if you're still just learning this, we can just get into this W position and just rep that out. And then we can add the press, which just increases the demands that we need for shoulder stability as we come overhead. Finally, I want to finish all the way up without my elbows flared out like that. So I'll show a couple more reps. So here I'll show first the W. I'm just going to come back here, trying to get my watch face back behind me, like I'm bopping somebody in the nose as they come up behind me. And then if I feel good there, I'm going to press to the ceiling. As I press, that's when I really need to engage my core here, so that way I don't extend my lower back. That's the W press.